Good afternoon, Shashwat. Please take a seat. A quick introduction, Shashwat.
So my name is Shashwat Pandit. I was born in Sultanpur and most of my education has been completed from Prayagraj. I have done BTech in Computer Science and Engineering. This is my second attempt and second interview. I have interest in reading Orwellian classics and book on Stoicism, also skipping ropes and cooking North Indian food.
Your first interview, you got how many marks?
187, sir.
187. And you missed the call by?
25 marks.
Right, Shashwat. So you belong to Sultanpur?
Yes, sir.
Tell us something about the Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary.
Sir, Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary is situated in Haryana and it is a different place from my place also, although it has similar names. And it is also a site where a lot of migratory birds often visit when they travel along the path.
So I see that you were involved in an anti-smoking campaign.
Yes, sir.
But a doctor is on record saying that he has stopped advising people not to smoke cigarettes in Delhi. Because the AQI is so bad that they're already ingesting something like 20 plus cigarettes every day.
Yes.
So do you think anti-smoking campaigns have any relevance now? He says a few cigarettes here, how much of a difference would they make?
Sir, it does have relevance because it is, sir, intentional, what in our control as an individual. Although the controlling the air pollution is the responsibility of all the stakeholders of the society, but on our own part, we should try to conserve our health as much as possible, I would say.
Right. Shashwat, what has been the latest development with regard to Mahatma Gandhi Narega? Could you walk us through the latest developments?
Sir, there has been a bill proposed by the Union government 2 days back where the name of the bill is changed. Also, some of the provisions has been changed, like increasing the number of employment days from 100 to 125.
Let's start with the basics. What is the name now? What is the name of the bill?
Sir, it is guaranteeing Rozgar and
Viksit Bharat.
Viksit Bharat, yes, sir. Viksit Bharat, guaranteeing Rozgar. GRAMG. I am not able to recall that.
Okay, let's go on to the provisions quickly.
Yes. Sir, it has been said that the minimum number of work days that can be demanded should be increased from 100 to 125. Secondly, sir, there is a provision that for a period of around 60 days during the peak agricultural season, there should not be any work provided in the manual labor because there was shortage in the farm labor, sir. So that provision is there. And thirdly, sir, the allocation of funds that is to be provided for the ways that has been distributed. Earlier it was 100% from the side of the center, and now there is a 60:40 ratio between the center and the states, and for the Himalayan state it would be 90:10%.
Any other points which are included in the bill? Right, done. Thank you, Shas.
So Shashwat, although you studied engineering, your subject in the civil services, political science and international relations. What interests you in this subject, political science and international relations?
Ma'am, the theory part, we get exposed to a lot of thinkers and it has a holistic contribution to not just a personality, but also in objective terms also in contributing in other subjects also.
So you said the theory. What are the major theories of political science?
Ma'am, there are 4 cardinal virtues of politics that from the ancient Roman times have been talked about in the East as well as the Western civilization. Ma'am, like justice, that has been talked from Plato. He gave the first theory of justice.
Okay, next.
Then, ma'am, virtues of politics, like Machiavelli talks about what are the virtues that should be there in a good ruler, where he talks, ma'am, a good ruler should be clever like a fox and brave like a lion. So that is there. And third, I would say, ma'am, it is also called master science because it has impact over all the other dimensions of any relevant subject from economics to society. So ma'am, these are some of the core aspects of political science.
So as far as the international relations go,
Yes.
which would you think, looking around the whole world, the globe, which are the flashpoints right now?
Ma'am, immigration is one of the issues, contention between the Western world and the Eastern world. Secondly, I would say, ma'am, economy. Economy is the one of the very flashpoint of as of now, determining not only the relations of interstate, but also, ma'am, the inhabitants of each and every nations. So economy would be there. Secondly, ma'am, technology, I would say, because the fragmented supply of critical minerals and all is acting as a major flashpoint between the relations of the interstate relations, ma'am.
No, and what about wars which are happening? Which are the wars or the warlike situations which are happening in the globe?
Ma'am, the prominent is Russia-Ukraine war that is going on. Secondly, I would say, ma'am, the Gaza crisis, because the violence is continued as of now also. Third, I would say, ma'am, the recent flashpoint between Thailand and Cambodia that is going on. And
One likely to come? US and Venezuela?
yes, ma'am, US and Venezuela, that has been in talks for some time.
Yeah, it's today only they put some embargo or something like that.
Yes.
So, on the Palestine and Israel issue,
Yes.
what is the solution? Has India subscribed to any solution to this?
Ma'am, India's position has been very clear that two-state solution should be the way forward that can lead to a sustainable peace between the regions. And ma'am, that I would say is the position of India.
And that has been for how long, this position?
Ma'am, I'm not exactly aware of it, but probably after 90s, I would say.
So, despite the fact that for a long time, not only India, some other countries have also been saying that the two-state solution is the solution for resolving the crisis.
Yes.
Why has it not happened?
Because, ma'am, the inability of both of the parties to come to the table and make an agreement. Because in the Gaza, ma'am, Hamas has been the populist government there. They have been controlling like de jure or de facto. So, ma'am, I would say their inability to come to the terms. I would say, ma'am, one of the other reasons is the presence of Iran also, that uses Hamas as one of its axis. So, ma'am, that also would I say that it is contributing to inability of them to come to two-state solution.
So, your team Israel or team Palestine?
Ma'am, I'm on the both of the sides because when I'm talking about the two-state...
Just if you want to go
Yes.
as a neutral person,
Yes.
yeah, to Israel and talk to the premier there, Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yes.
What would you advise him? What should he reduce or what should he sort of increase?
Ma'am, may I get just a few seconds to prioritize? Ma'am, first, I would say that the volume should be reduced to some degree, although there are provocations from the Hamas side, but there should be direct channels of communication between the larger persons that have been residing there, who has largely been affected. That would be one of the point. Secondly, I would say, ma'am, to come to the table, and make agreement with the democratic leaders of Palestine. And third, I would say, ma'am, to help the democratic leaders of Palestine to reduce the hostile elements who has been...
Will you not advise him not to target the children and the women and the very helpless population of the Palestine? Please leave them alone in a military conflict. Let it be restricted to the militaries.
Ma'am, I would certainly advise him about that. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
What is the biggest... Israel is losing some friends in this thing. Recently, the three countries have come out and supported Palestine as a state. They have also... the pattern in UN is also not in favor of the voting patterns in UN. So why has Israel lost so many friends? And yet, because of one or two friendships, they sustain their position.
Yes.
So you have, because of this humanitarian and targeting of children, hospitals, and things like that, which Israel has lost a few friends. Okay, you say that you are interested in North Indian cooking.
Yes.
And North India has a very big, so what would you think distinguishes, say, You're from UP cuisine, from Punjab cuisine, Himachal cuisine,
Yes.
Rajasthan cuisine. What would be the distinguishing factors?
Ma'am, I would say firstly the type of crops or the predominant food that is in the diet of the people there. That would be a distinguishing factor, ma'am. Secondly, I would say the manner in which the food is being prepared.
So what is the difference say, between Punjab and UP?
Ma'am, and the prominent would be the use of butter and ghee
Okay.
to a lot of degrees in Punjab as compared to UP.
Yes.
Secondly, ma'am, Punjab has a bit of elevation in terms of spices, use of spices, which we found subtle in, especially in the eastern part of UP. That would be there, ma'am. These two distinctions I am able to make.
So if I were to tell you that, tell me that 4 very popular dishes from UP
Yes, sir.
in the cuisine, UP cuisine,
Yep.
what would they be?
Ma'am, first would be what I have seen is tahri. It is
Okay, I know Terry. Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Tahri is there. And secondly, ma'am, I would say, ma'am, there is a dish farah in different regions
Okay.
of UP. Farah is there. And thirdly, ma'am, I'm not exactly sure of its English name, ma'am, but vikwas is there, like sahajan, the leaves of sahajan is
Okay.
made. That is there. And fourth, I would say, ma'am, the typical dal and rice. That's
So your last name is Pandit, so I presume you are a vegetarian.
yes.
Okay, that's why you have not come to biryanis and pulaus. Huh?
Yes, Lucknowi biryani is also high.
So what is the difference between, this is my last question, biryani and pulao?
Biryani and pulao, ma'am. Ma'am, one is cooked in cooker and the other is cooked in kadai.
Is that the only difference?
That is one of the difference, ma'am, that I recently encountered. And
Okay.
secondly, I would say, ma'am, the aroma of spices are also different, ma'am. In biryani, the use of khada masala is prominent, their aroma. But in pulao, ma'am, it is kind of subtle, I would say.
One is the style of cooking is dum.
Yes, ma'am, dum biryani.
Hmm?
Yep.
Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so Shashwat, you have done your 10th in 2016 and then 12th 2018 69.6%, and then you have given your ND exam, right?
Yes.
It means after 12 you want to join Indian Army.
Yes.
Indian Defense Services, I think.
Yes.
And then you appeared for interview.
Yes.
You went for SSB.
Yes.
And what happened in SSB?
Sir, I got screened in both of the times. That is the first day of the SSB interview.
Yes.
But I conferenced out both of the times, sir. From 24 SSB Bangalore.
Okay, Manduru.
Yes.
Okay. And then after that, you have completed your BTech, right?
Yes.
After BTech, there is a entry TGC, Technical Graduate Course.
Yes.
If you want to join Indian Defense Force, Indian Army, you can join after BTech also.
Yes.
Why do you want to come to civil services?
Sir, actually from the very beginning, I had orientation towards the armed forces of the country. And during the Indian Air Force, I also appeared for Airman history. In 2020, sir, I got to know that because of an issue in my teeth, windpipe, I would not be able to get medically fit. Although I tried to get it corrected by having braces and all the sales that is needed there, but I was not able to complete the procedures because of some personal reasons. And sir, I realized that I would not be able to join the forces. And thereafter, sir, I found that civil services is the best option for me as of my personality and my interests, sir. So I shifted towards this. Otherwise, I have gone for the TVC and CDS.
Okay, here there is a issuing authority designation is Vice Chancellor, that AKTU. Who is the current Vice Chancellor of AKTU?
I'm very sorry, sir.
Okay, you studied in United College of Engineering and Research,
Yes.
Allahabad. Is कि यहाँ पर है engineering and research इस तरीके की?
Sir, engineering is there, but research is not up to the mark as the name suggests. Although the name suggests, sir. Because, sir, there is a more orientation towards getting the placement in the students. Secondly, sir, although the lab is very good, sir, but the sophisticated technologies and the push that should drive the research, sir, in the ecosystem, that is also missing, sir.
Our students are really what players in your college?
Sir, not a very high degree of placement in packages as we see in Tier 1 policies. But sir, yes, placement is good there, sir.
Okay, what was your project in computer science engineering when you were doing your MTech? What was your project basically?
Sir, the final project was to make a website that would that the API should be used, and the smartwatch and all should take in the calorie factor and all the health activities that we are going through, and suggest a diet based on the Indian foods that we consume. Like in that time when I inquired about other apps that were there like Fitter and all, so they were describing the diet pattern on the Western basis, like chicken breast and all that should be consumed for a good diet. But sir, we were trying to incorporate the Indian foods like moong and all the prescriptions can be made through that.
How many members were there? 4 members. So you have really worked hard at that time, or just?
Sir, we were trying to make it a reality, but eventually, sir, we could not host a website for a long period of time. And after 6 months, it got discontinuous.
Okay, if I talk about your order of preference, on 3rd position you have mentioned IRS custom and indirect taxes, and on 4th position IRS income tax, right? So why did you choose custom and indirect taxes on order number preference of 3 and income tax at number 4?
Sir, because when I asked to my seniors and mentors, I got to know that in customs, it is almost similar to the uniform job. Like, there is a need to visit locations or to different locations and all. Secondly, sir, there is a more exposure in customs because the placements is in different parts of the country as compared to IT, where the state capitals is generally assigned. And IT is, sir, a bit more of a desk job, what I have been told, and customs is on-ground field job. So, sir, these are the preferences that match to my overall personality that I had been seeking for a long time.
Okay, what we say, the Central Board of this Custom and Indirect Taxes, what we say actually, what is the name of it? Central Board of this Customs and Indirect Taxes.
CBIC, sir.
CBSC.
Yes.
And what was earlier name?
Sir, I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
Central Board of Excise and Custom.
Yes.
Okay. What is the difference between income tax and indirect taxes?
Income tax and
Indirect taxes.
Sir, income tax is levied on the person's earning, while the indirect taxes are levied on the products, not the person. Secondly, sir, I would say indirect taxes are borne by the consumer of the products, sir. While income tax is borne by the person who is accruing the income.
What type of nature is actually? Is it digressive in nature? It is progressive in nature. If we talk about income tax as an direct tax,
so income tax is progressive in nature, while indirect taxes are regressive in nature.
Okay, good. Okay, so you are from UP, Uttar Pradesh, right?
Yeah.
Why does Eastern UP lag behind Western UP?
So first is the after effect of Green Revolution that was boosted in the western part of the districts. Like investment was more in Punjab, Haryana and western part. That is one of the factors. Secondly, sir, the land fragmentation is too much high in Eastern UP as compared to the Western UP. Third, I would say, sir, the proximity to the capital of the country in the Western UP contributes to the increased per capita income of the inhabitants of this region as compared to the Eastern UPs.
So do you think that Purvanchal's development challenges are the same as you are mentioning here? If I say explain Purvanchal's development challenges, what are the major challenges?
Sir, a lack of industries are there, firstly. Second, sir, for a long period of time, infrastructure was also lacking. Although we have now Purvanchal Expressway that is passing, and other investment like Kaushambi International Airport is there. So now it is improving, but infrastructure challenges were also there. But thirdly, I would say, sir, yes, sir, the land fragmentation and sustenance-based farming has been one of the key challenges for the poor.
Is migration from Purvanchal a failure of governance or not?
So there are both structural as well as administrative reasons behind it. Migration is one of the factors because of the poor output of the farming there. So many a times we see that feminization of agriculture has been one of the prominent thing there. And sir, in administrative terms also, I would say that there has been lack in investment, but sir, progressively we are achieving a good investment there also, like development of tourism circuits, religious circuits, and all. That would eventually contribute to the upliftment of the people.
Just tell me one thing as a student of PSIR, as that is your optional. How does India balance relation with the US, Russia, and China simultaneously?
Sir, the main leading doctrine that India follows is a strategic autonomy. Because, sir, India has always been averse to choosing sides, and whether it has tried to uphold some of the civilizational ethos of the nation, plus, sir, the strategic interest, national interest of the country should also prevail all the time. And that is, the strategic autonomy has been the guiding light towards balancing the relations between different blocks of the world.
Okay, why is India signing multiple FTA recently?
Sir, in the recent times, we see that trade has been one of the linchpin of the global relationships. So, FTAs provide us a degree of comfortableness and stability in the economic relations between the country. As we see, Mexico had recently imposed taxes because of the lack of FTA. So, that is one of the aspects, sir. Secondly, sir, I would also say that economic relations are now determining the political relations also. And if we are having good economic relations with those countries, in the other sectors also, like at the Global Forum or at the United Nations, we can expect cooperation between the countries. So, sir,
So, according to you, are FTAs are tools of geopolitics rather than economics?
sir, it has been a tool of economics for a long time, but recently we are seeing that it has emerged as one of the major tool of geopolitics.
Okay, if I say how effective is G20 as a global governance platform?
Yes.
How you see it?
Sir, I would say it is quite effective because, sir, the other organizations like G7 does not project the reality of the power shift that is in the 21st century. And so, inclusion of the stakeholders who are leading the global economy today in G20 is one of the main factors that makes it highly relevant. Plus, the cooperation from a lot of stakeholders are needed to tackle the challenges like climate change, fair and free trade between the countries. And for that, sir, G20 is a better platform as compared to other alternatives available.
Okay, just tell me, I'm giving you a situation. If your senior asks you to participate in some unethical activity, right? So, how will you handle the situation?
Sir, firstly, I would tell him that the repercussions of it, not only on me, but on him also, because he is responsible for directing me to do that, sir. Secondly, sir, I would have the other options, like if there is availability of disclosed information, like secret information to the superiority, I would pursue that channel, sir, because...
Remember, he's your senior.
Yes, sir. But, sir, doing the unethical thing would have larger impact on the organization also, sir. And it would target each and every member, not only just my senior, but his senior also. So, that is a viable solution, I would say, because although following the orders directly would be beneficial in short term, sir, but it has drastic long-term impact that I would like to avoid.
Okay. Shashwat, your reading interests are quite interesting. So, how many books have you read on Stoicism? And what is Stoicism for a layman? How will you describe?
Sir, Stoicism is a philosophy whose core theme is living according to the nature. And sir, the main tenets of it was proposed by Marcus Aurelius in his book Sunary Decades. Although the theory was propounded by the Zeno in around 320 BC, but in 1st century, the greatest Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius, highlighted the basic tenets of it. And sir, one of the main tenets is when we are saying that to live according to the nature, we mean that whatever is being projected to us that is not in our control, we should not shy away or run away from it. Rather, we should confidently try to tackle it. First is there, sir. Secondly, in the meditation, sir, the book by Marcus Aurelius, around the first 15 or 20 pages is dedicated to different persons he has encountered in his life. And from each and every person, from his mother to his servants to every person that he has encountered, he has tried to learn a lot, like what they are good at. So that is there to gain the maximum goodness from our surroundings, sir. And thirdly, I would say, sir, there is a quote by Marcus Aurelius that the impediments to action advances action, and the obstacle in the way becomes the. And so that very beautifully highlights the tenet of Stoicism. Like whatever is coming at us, we should be confident enough to tackle it. Basically.
So, what could be the 3 practice points in order to become a Stoic? Like it is a philosophy,
Yes, sir.
but how will you convert this philosophy into action?
Sir, first I would like to highlight an example, if you want. Like there are situations where things are not in our control, sir, or odds against us, sir. So in that terms, sir, we should be wise enough. Like in the last interview, sir, the result that was posted on April 2022, and there was only 1 month to the next prelims of 2025, and sir, I had just 1 month. So initially 3 or 4 hours went by where I was quite disheartened. But sir, later on I realized that I have only 30 days to prepare, and I should put my each and every effort of mine to somehow tackle it. So one is there. Secondly, I would say, sir, from everybody around us, we can get to learn something. He is maybe our senior, he may be our junior, in age or in authority also, but we should try to practice it daily. And third, sir, Marcus Aurelius also proposes that whenever you are waking up in the morning, guide each of your action as it is the last of your action, and by that you can disintegrate what is essential and what is not. So
Okay.
that would do.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, Shaswat, we come to the end of our formal interaction.
Yes.
Have you got your interview date?
Sir, 19th of February,
Like, February.
last 8 weeks.
Yes, just
Hey, you got more than 2 months to book. And Shaswat, you hit a hat trick, or you but appearing before me thrice.
Yes, sir, this is the 4th time in fact if we count in the one.
Okay. So each time you keep improving, and I've seen that you've taken all the suggestions to heart. Let me just check the length of the tie.
Yes, sir, I was adjusting it just before the angle because I knew that if you told me it should be at the mid of the belt.
No, it should cover your belt buckle, right?
Yes.
You please stand up. I think that's the only area where you need to.
Yeah, I need to improve it.
Shaswat, you already got 187 last time.
Yes.
Please listen. Also, shoes need to be for shyness of it. Yes, right. So, and I've already told you how best to prepare in the time to come. Yes. I'm quite reassured by your performance. How do you rate it?
Sir, last time you were highlighting that I need to be structured in my answers. I am trying to work upon it, sir. And secondly, sir, you told me to think before answering the question, listen quite patiently and comprehend the question. So these 2 things I am trying to improve.
Right. So, I think you're on the right track. Keep, focusing on that, current events, right? And keep doing that exercise which I've told you about, sitting in front of a mirror and practicing. Yes. So, all the best.
North Indian cuisine के बारे में थोड़ा सा और प्रश्न करूँ. Tandoor is used extensively in Punjabi cuisine. In Kitchenoli, Numachin, Pida, cuisine Elizabeth, Lucknow, and you work there. What our cuisine, something like that. And then Lupi, there are so many different cuisines out there. The when they Hanki DQ cuisine, Awadh has a different cuisine called Mu. So some panelists could be a fully and question.
Yes.
Otherwise, I think you were good. As far as my questions were concerned, you were good. कैश पॉइंट्स में आप पहले वॉर डोल्स ले आती, उसके बाद टू डिस्ट्रक्टिंग disruptors and like commerce tariff etc. That the water also could be a disruptor. Water sharing. On the Canada and US are having a issue with that. These things you. Your answers more or less very good.
I will try to bust on it.
Little though. But go confidently at cake. I'm good.
Everything is good. So your demeanor is pleasant and positive, right? The facial expression is good. Eye contact is good. Organization of thoughts is also good. What you have followed the instructions by the sir, and just brush up your engineering thing, right? Because we haven't asked questions about that. Yes. +1, +2 physics. Yes. They may ask questions from that area as well. Like the last candidate, I asked the difference between resistance and resistivity, and he couldn't answer that question.
Yes.
Are you able to answer that? No.
But I would need to pressure.
R equals to rho L by A.
Yes.
Rho is the resistivity, length, L is the length of the conductor, A is the cross-section area, right?
Yes.
So, these things.
Understood.
Otherwise, everything is fine.
Thank
All the best. Fine.
And if you don't know, you don't know.
Yes, there is no point, there is no problem in.
No need to say all the answers.
Yes.
अगर कहीं पे भी आपको लग रहा है कि दिस देयर इज समथिंग, जैसे यूनाइटेड कॉलेज के बारे में जैसे मैंने बोला, थोड़ा सा नर्वस तो हुए उस टाइम कि यार कॉलेज के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं ना, कॉलेज देयर इज समथिंग लैगिंग समवेयर ना, सो वो थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस उस टाइम रखना है अपने अंदर. ये पैनलिस्ट को इतना नहीं पता कि चलो ठीक है इस फ्रॉम यू नो सम यूपी साइड को कॉलेज के बारे में जानते हो, बट आपको जो कॉलेज के एग्जैक्ट पॉइंट्स हैं, जो रियलिटी है, यू हैव टू मेंशन दोज पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट्स. कॉलेज से क्वेश्चन बन सकता है, बिल्कुल बनेगा. ग्रेजुएशन बैकग्राउंड से क्वेश्चंस हैं, कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग करिए, फिर आगे परस्यू करने की बात है. आर्मी का आपका बैकग्राउंड रहा, SSB वगैरह दे के आए आप, उसके बाद फिर दोबारा से बीटेक में फिर TGC का आपका बनता है, वो क्वेश्चंस वहाँ से बनने के पूरे चांसेस हैं. TGC में यू हैव एम्पल ऑफ चांसेस देयर, और फिर आप SSB वहाँ भी दे सकते थे, तो वो कई सारी चीज़ें बन जाती है वहाँ पे. कॉलेज से क्वेश्चन जरूर बनते हैं, मतलब आपका कॉलेज से थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन बनने के चांसेस हैं आपका.
इवन जॉर्ज ऑरवेल की जितनी नॉवेल्स हैं, कितनी है टोटल, कितनी
3 हैं, 2 मैंने पढ़ी है. 1984 है, 100
है तो और ज़्यादा मुझे लगता है 5 to 6 हैं. बट
essays वगैरह.
एनिमल फार्म 1984, तो उनकी थीम क्या है, उनके बारे में थोड़ा सा.
Yes. Yes.
And how relevant is that to today's?
Yes, 1984, Animal Farm.
I tried to throw you off track with that question on Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary, and I was happy to see that you feel it
Yes.
very, very proud.
First googly.
Best of luck, Shastra. Do very yes. Hope to see your name in the list of successful candidates.
Yes. Okay, all the best.